Yo, what's up guys, how's everyone doing? Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Everyone asks me what I'm saying at the beginning of these videos, and I'm going to speak very quickly. I'm going to say it very slowly this time. Yo, what's up guys, how is everyone doing? Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Okay, we've done that. That was pretty important, which we needed to clear up, and the audio is on my other laptop. Okay, there we go. Let's get started. Alright. Yeah, so Bitcoin is still in these shaky waters. Is Bitcoin ready to crash? The title of this video, of course, also a bit of, I don't even know what thumbnail I used for this. We've been in a solid midterm downtrend since we hit 8,500, and while we were up there, it looked extremely clear that we were gonna rise up to 9,200. Even if we look at the facts in hindsight, the fact that we topped out at 8,500, there was a chance it would happen, but the chance was extremely slim. If we ended up going to levels like 8,500, the fact that we went higher, the fact that we ended there is very strange. Like I said, there is a chance that it would have happened, but we passed 7,700, we passed 7,200, we passed so many more stronger levels than that, and we got stopped at 85. Just recapping what we were seeing before, that is strange, alright? I mean, if we passed those levels, there's no reason we should have topped out at 85. You guys knew I was calling for 9,200, so this took me and many others really by surprise in the market. Alas, though, that is, that's what we signed up for. I mean, we knew that trading Bitcoin would never be easy, but of course that's what makes it so profitable, and it's what makes it so great for the entire community. Now, guys, before I do carry on, please make sure to smash up those likes, tick the bell, subscribe and all that good stuff. Join the Telegram channel if you haven't already. And right now what we're looking at is a strange pattern. So there are a couple possibilities. One of them really has been ruled out already now, and that is the possibility that we could be looking at a bit of a diamond formation. So what that looks like is a formation like this, where basically you're testing all levels. You're testing going sideways, you're testing the highs, you're testing the lows. And this happens usually to indicate a reversal in the trend. So we had a bit of a diamond formation. I know it doesn't look like a regular diamond, but these patterns are never perfect. This looked like something that you would expect in a reversal. But what we needed to follow through with that was volume. And this is actually something that we didn't get. Guys, when we have a pattern and it's indicating a reversal, we need volume to sort of foreshadow that. Foreshadowing means, for those of you who aren't native English speakers, it means that oh, well, that's not working either. It hints at what's going to happen in the future, and what you want to see is that within this diamond shape here, when we go down and we look at the volume, look at my horizontal dotted line, we want to see the green volume, especially near the end, around about over here, we want to see the green volume going higher as we near the end of the diamond. And then on the breakout, we need a big green volume buy. We need it to be a pretty significant candle. I mean, this is child play, whatever that's what that was, 63.43 to 64.31. That's like $100 pump, not even a pump. That's just a $100 move up. We needed something much bigger. I'm talking a couple $100 at the very least with volume to follow through. We didn't get it, and so this diamond reversal pattern was negated. Now, I know many people in the space weren't even talking about it because most people don't know what this formation is, but it is something I noted, and the reason I'm going over it is that even though it didn't work, it is very good to spot these things. I was talking about this in VIP today. Even if we spot trading patterns and we don't take them, or we win trades, or we fail trades, it doesn't matter. What you want to do is step back and evaluate it after the fact, and then decide, was it a good thing that I didn't take action on this, or was it good that I did, whatever, that kind of a thing. And so we're looking at this in hindsight now, and this is something most traders don't do. All they're focused on is what's going to happen next, and that is not how you become a good trader. You need to constantly evaluate what we've already seen, and this diamond pattern did not play out. What does that tell us? We had a solid reversal pattern, but volume did not follow through with it, and it failed. So we have had many chances to recover this trend. I mean, we could have, at each of these, this consolidation pattern here, this consolidation pattern here, and even this one, we could have saved ourselves just before we went to 6,800 and started a rally up. We failed one pattern here, a second, a third, and now a fourth reversal, possible reversal pattern. that is a very clear sign, and now we're leading into what's going to happen in the next couple days, guys. We have had many failed attempts at starting a rally. Today was one of them as well. We even tried to touch 6,500, and I know these are not big movements, but the fact that they're there, the fact that volume hasn't followed through with it, is very telling, guys. The bears are still in control. The volume, while there has been a little bit more green volume lately, there is not enough to back the bulls, especially for a reversal, guys. We've dropped 6,800. The bulls are shit scared right now. And the bears, I mean, we call them bears as if their objective is to make bulls cry. That's not the deal. The deal is bears are regular people like you and me who, in this case, the bears just want to sell their Bitcoin, and we label them bears because bears, if you don't know the meaning of these terms, when a bear attacks, they claw down, they stand up, and their claws go down to attack, and of course with a bull, they move their horns upwards to attack. That's what we mean when we use that terminology, and of course, with 1, 2, 3, 4 possible reversal patterns failing, this diamond pattern being the most significant one, that tells us that we are going to be most likely heading down. Now, of course, none of this is financial advice. It's all very risky. Do your own research. Great stuff like that. But this pattern is very telling. If we do look at the larger volume candles, I'll show that to you. Oops. I'll show that to you right now. If we look at the larger volume candles, it is still the red ones that dominate. So, of course, we had the big red sell-off over here. We've had a slightly higher red candle over here than our previous green one. And with the exception of one green volume candle here, our latest red volume candle is still pretty high. So there's a little bit confirmation bias there, I get it. But on the whole, with one exception, the red volume still takes power. Now, what we did see earlier today, actually, was a bit of a move up. So it's this move up I was talking about, and volume on CoinMarketCap was telling us that we were up to nearly $17 billion, and actually I wanted to trade, I wanted to short it, but we had volume telling us we were going up. Now this is yet another instance of CoinMarketCap messing up the data they give us. I'm getting very close to saying we should start to boycott them because this is pretty pathetic. There is a lot of manipulation going on, and with so many people gluing their eyes to this page and they giving us misleading data, that is not on. There is no justification for such a terrible delivery on service from a company like this. I'm really starting to lose my patience with them. Okay, I'm done. Bitcoin dominance, 52.7%. It was at 51 a couple days ago. We are rising quickly. Market cap is dropping. Bitcoin's price is holding. What does that mean? Well, if Bitcoin's price is holding, if market cap is dropping, that means there is less money in the crypto space, but money is not leaving Bitcoin. So that means money is leaving the altcoins. I mean, look at Ethereum, 290. It broke $300 support. That is a very 9% down today, and Bitcoin down 0.68%. Ethereum has dropped a crucial support level. There is no reason for it. There is no fundamental reason for these coins. You know, I was talking to a trader today who deals in very big volumes, and I was telling him I'm bearish. He was saying he's bullish, and the reason for it was... Actually, I just forgot the reason. That's really awkward. Wow. I was really on a roll there. Yep, no, completely forgot. Okay, let's carry on. We've had huge losses in the alt market with market cap dropping, but Bitcoin staying the same. What that does tell us is that it is the alts leaving the market, these alts getting liquidated. And what we've got to bear in mind is that Bitcoin has a $108 billion market cap. Its order books are much heavier than the blank screen. Have we got a blank screen? No, we haven't. Its order books are much heavier than the rest of the crypto space. And so when money leaves alts in large amounts, it really hammers them down. So if we just look at the front page, or again, bear in mind Bitcoin only down 0.7%, 6%, 7%, 4%, 12, 10. As we go down, I'm sure the losses will get a little bit more extreme. Okay, that's not the case. So we are seeing more of the same, really. 13% on H-share again. What are these shit coins? Verge, 9%, Bitcoin Diamond. You know, we're seeing a lot of bleeding from alts with a couple exceptions. I mean, Waves up 1%. MOAC, whatever that is, holding its value. You know, we've got a couple exceptions here and there. Of course, Tether being the OG, fiat is king right now. Of course, what that does mean is that alts are leaving. Bitcoin, as a result, is keeping its market share. Rather, Bitcoin's keeping its market cap. And because the market cap of other alts are reducing, that means its dominance is rising. I hope that does make sense. So, really, what that does mean is alts are going to continue to suffer losses. I mean, I've been calling it since when Bitcoin was even below 45% dominance. I want to take a look at Ethereum now. This is a pretty big one, which, like I said, I'm surprised it broke $300. Right, yes, so I remembered what I was trying to say. You know, I was talking to this guy who was bullish. You know, what he was saying is, since last year, altcoin prices, Ethereum and all that, look at that, breaking this. This is hard. For me, I mean, look, I'm a Bitcoin maximalist, you guys know, but to see Ethereum drop support like this, this is a confirmed drop of support. Its volume went up on the break. You guys know how volume works. When you get volume going up, whatever direction price is going in, that indicates to you that it's a confirmed move. This is not a fake. This is not a fake break downwards. The chances that it recovers back above this line now are quite slim. It's heartbreak. It really does upset me because I love Ethereum. Like I was saying, there is nothing fundamentally wrong with it. There is nothing that changed within these past few days to make Ethereum worth selling off like this. But it just can't hold. The technicals say that it can't hold. And it's really unfortunate. So what this bullish guy was saying to me is that fundamentals are strong as ever. And, you know, there are a lot of big people buying in big volumes and that kind of thing. And of course, that's great. Alright, people are buying the dip. But, well, first of all, buying the dip doesn't work in a bear market because you'll be out of money. But more importantly than that, fundamentals have been getting stronger throughout this entire bear market. From Bitcoin to 20,000, from 20,000 down to where it is now, 6,300. It's not like the fundamentals got worse. Lightning Network has expanded. ETFs and everything are in the news. Mainstream adoption is coming. NYSE, New York Stock Exchange, launching support for digital assets, including Bitcoin, quite soon, I believe. It's not like it's getting any worse, but that is not preventing prices from dropping. So clearly, there is an element of manipulation. But much more importantly, that people point fingers at manipulation. It's the scapegoat. I'm sorry to say, but it is the scapegoat of the uneducated masses. There is truth in saying that manipulation really does hammer down the markets, and it's quite dangerous and bad for us. But to assign all of the blame to manipulation is a very classic victim mindset. It is not only manipulation. There is a huge element of fear. A huge element of fear. And that's what driving these... I mean, when we see volume going up, right? We've got, again, recap it. You know, we've got volume coming up over here. When we see volume increasing on a break of this trend, that's not manipulation. All right, maybe it's manipulation that brought it down in the first place, but that is FUD, fear, uncertainty, doubt, and I would argue that's actually just good traders taking an opportunity to short. We had a confirmed break with volume. It's very clear. And, of course, we've got panic sellers. I don't think the panic has set in yet. We had capitulation. I think it was this right here for Ethereum. And, well, actually, let's look at Bitcoin, because Ethereum didn't follow the same moves. We had capitulation over here, very clearly. And, of course, this could be the end of the bubble. If we look at the Wall Street cheat sheet for the psychology of markets, of course, this looks like the end of the bear market. Rather, it looks like we're near the beginning of disbelief. Which, well, is the end of a bear market. So we have had capitulation, but if we drop below this support line, see, again, one of the points this bullish guy brought up was that fundamentals are strong, but prices are still going down. So actually, that's a bearish argument, and my response to that was, well, you know, because of that, it's time to sell. Now, another thing he mentioned, and I'm not singling, I mean, he doesn't even watch these streams, that's not the point. The reason I'm bringing this up is because these are arguments that people tell themselves as well. Many of you watching these streams, if we can smash up those likes real quick, I hope you are learning some amazing things from these videos. Again, I've forgotten my point. That is really bloody annoying. Yeah, so with the end of these market cycles, the Wall Street cheat sheet, you know, one thing that he mentioned is that we're in depression right now, which would indicate that we're really not going to go much lower. This is what the bullish guy said. And I said, I agree with you. I read one of the comments in the chat right now. Someone mentioned he went from $20K to $2,000. If that is not depression, I don't know what is. That is pretty terrible. I feel really sorry for you. I'm sorry I don't find your name right now, but you've had a 90% loss. Unfortunately, mate, you fall in the average for the entire market of crypto from all-time highs in January. Yeah, I mean, a 90% drop, it sucks. It's so bad. But you fall into the average, and that's not so bad. I mean, it means you didn't do terribly compared to the rest of the market, but it of course means that you didn't do great as well, which is fine. We're all learning. You know, a bear market, this is the thing with a bear market, you learn so much faster in a bear market, because when you're in a bull market, you make money wherever you stick your money. It's ridiculous. But in a bear market, you need to have extremely good development of your skills, and then when the bull market comes around, and it will, not financial advice, but these things happen in cycles. We get a bear market, we get a bull market, we get a bear and a bull. When a bull market comes around, or even in the bear market, you guys know in VIP, we've been crushing these markets, shorting it from, you know, $7,200. You know, in this bear market, we shorted this drop from 72 down to about 69. That was a 2 times gain on 25 times leverage. If you guys want to know more about that, then go ahead and join the Telegram channel with the link in the description, and then click my name at the bottom of posts in gold. In bear markets, you can make money, but if you can prepare yourself in this market and then you come around to a bull market, your strategy will change. But you will have the skills, you'll have the patience, you'll have the mindset that will equip you with doing very well in this space. So this is an opportunity to learn. Now back to this depression point, I think it's very important. The argument is we're in depression right now, and I agree. All right, depression is, I mean, real depression I don't think we've hit yet. But if we've had depression, it makes sense. If we're in depression, it makes even more sense. My argument to this bullish guy, not even an argument, gives off the wrong connotations. My response within our conversation was that I think if we go below this level, we are going to go much lower, because that would be breaking market structure. Alessio Arastani talks about that quite a lot. If we do go below this line, we're going to go significantly lower. And don't you think that would be depression? So that would be depression, going down even lower. Whether we're in depression or not, if we are, we'd be in more depression at that point. That's what we need to recover the market, you see, because I was quite bullish, and I still am. I mean, if we look at the long-term picture, you guys know my thoughts on this. I'm extremely clear. I've said it many, many times. You go over to the logarithmic chart here. We are in, without a doubt, we are still in a long-term bullish trend, and we're in a falling wedge within that trend. If you guys don't know what a falling wedge is, this is extremely important. Pause the video right now, Google falling wedge formation, and what you're going to see is we're in an uptrend. Let me draw this for you, actually. You know, we're in an, we go up, we go down a little bit, we go up again. You guys have seen these everywhere. It's every single clip art image of stock markets, and then we go up again like that. So that's, you know, we go up, uptrend, falling wedge, up, falling wedge, up. You know, is this not the same thing, really? Like I said, the fundamentals are great. There is a lot of depression. Forget about that. When we look at this in a couple years' time, it's going to be a macro trend. Nobody's going to care what we felt on May the 20th. All right, no one's going to think, oh, but there was FUD at this time. No, fuck that. That's not relevant. We're looking at the long-term trend. We need to zoom out and imagine we're not even in these markets right now. That's how you can take the most objective look at it. If you're invested, you're always going to lean bullish. I don't care how much of an amazing trader you are. Even I lean bullish. So you have to try to detach yourself as much as you can. And this formation is very clearly a falling wedge. And of course, like I said, with fundamentals being great, eventually I am sure, not financial, but I am sure that it is going to go much higher. And of course, with technology being so important, and if you guys don't know about the actual, I think many of you don't know about the fundamentals. That's okay. I didn't know about the fundamentals until many months into this market. But if you don't know about the blockchain and its uses and its benefits, go ahead and search it up. It didn't, I'm being brutally honest with you guys, it didn't even sound so special to me at the beginning, but I'm seeing it now, I'm seeing it slowly, I'm still skeptical, but it makes sense to me that something like this tech, blockchain, Bitcoin, ADA, Ethereum, I was going to say bcash, I don't know why, coins like this, not even coins, sorry, project and goals like this, it doesn't make sense that this is going to be left behind as we progress in time. I mean, there's only one question about it. We are going forward with technology, and so it doesn't make sense for digital currencies, or even the idea of it, to be left behind. I mean, who in these comments even uses cash anymore? Honestly, I mean, when is the last time you've used cash to buy a coffee? Most of you would. I'm gonna say 50% at least only pay by card and things like that. Very few still use cash in the West, at least. I don't know about Africa and the east of Europe. But yeah, it's it doesn't make sense that this kind of thing gets left behind. I don't know how I got to that. That's really weird. Yes, so depression. If we go lower, we almost certainly are going to see that depression. Now, let's go back to our shorter term trend. I want to talk about this a little bit more. We're 22 minutes in, roughly. I am going to be looking to end this soon, maybe pick up a couple questions. Guys, what I am seeing right now is we'll take this diamond off, because, of course, like I said, this rally has failed. What I am seeing right now very clearly is we are in a... I've forgotten the word. It's like a bearish pennant. It's some form of bearish continuation pattern. There is a word for this. I've forgotten what it is. It's not a bear flag, if I'm not mistaken. But it doesn't matter whether it's a falling wedge or a bear flag. They all really mean the same, or rather rising wedge or a bear flag. It means the same thing. What we've had is a trend which is downwards. We've had pauses in that trend. Down, pause, down, pause, down, pause. And yeah, I mean, we've tried to reverse and we haven't. So going down again really does make sense to me, and I just feel like there isn't enough incentive for buyers at this level anymore, at 5,800. And of course, when 58 gets broken, if it does, that is going to be pretty disastrous for Bitcoin. I mean, people calling levels like 5,500 for support. Of course, we are going to get some relief pumps at about 5,500, but that does not mean it's going to be long-term support. It doesn't mean like 5,500 is going to be the top, and then it's moon time. Not at all. I mean, I almost guarantee 5,500 is not going to be the bottom. We are going to get a couple relief pumps, 55, 52, 51, 5,000, 4,900. At these even $100 intervals, and of course the more important ranges like 4,900, and on. I mean, I'm not going to go that low because we're not even close to reaching 4,000 yet. But 5,500, of course, you can long that bounce, but it's risky. Why would you? That's the place to short. And of course, that's how we make money in these markets right now. If you guys, if you don't know about margin trading, go ahead and search up 4Flies, my channel name space BitMEX, BITMEX, and you'll find my tutorial. The title is how to double your portfolio when Bitcoin is crashing or something like that. And it's a tutorial on how to use BitMEX. It is, of course, how you margin trade. And, like I always say, you can either make money here or you can lose money on these, or, of course, do nothing and just not be in the market. You can either make money going down or lose money. And the majority have lost money, but the silent minority have been making money on this way down. Like I said, in VIP, we shorted 7,200 down to 6,900. And if we look at the percentage move on that, where is 72? Oh, I wasn't even looking at the right thing, was I? 7,200 around about here, down to 69 roughly here. That's a 4% move. We trade on 25 times leverage, so whatever move we get, we multiply that by 25, and that's our profit. So 4.21 times 25 is roughly plus 100%. That's pretty good to short a pattern like this. We make a double gain literally from about $300 of movement. If you guys are interested in VIP, go ahead and hit me up at 4Flies. You can find that at the bottom of every post in Crypto Mafia Gold, link in the description. Message me there and I'll get you into VIP. Now, yeah, as for this trend, I'm seeing a continuation downwards. I'm not seeing support at 5,800. We might get a bit of consolidation. We may even get a bounce. From 58, we could even bounce to something like 61. Let me map this with lines. That would be useful. So get these arrows. So, you know, we could be seeing something like this, potentially a bounce up, and maybe even trade sideways for a little bit. Probably not, but maybe. And test the upper boundaries as well, potentially break even a little bit higher, so go up to something like this. But really, I think since we've broken 6,800, we've broken market structure for an uptrend. We've stopped setting, we set a low over here, another low, and now our new low is lower than our previous low. So we have broken market structure for an uptrend, and really I don't see salvation for that anymore. So of course, like I said, we could go up again and then go higher. We could even break this line as a fake break and then go higher, but of course probably more likely than that, I think we'll just go down from there. And of course it's not going to be straight down like that. You know, we could, you know, this pattern could play out something like this, and then we end up testing support again, very, very likely. So, you know, these are all the trends we play. I mean, it's nothing is confirmed, but from what we've seen, it just looks like falling is inevitable right now. And of course, you guys know I don't like saying that. I don't. I'm at heart, I'm a Bitcoin bull. You guys saw my long-term analysis. I never do long-term analysis. That is the only exception. And you know I'm a Bitcoin maximalist. I do, you know, I've done my research, and I do like it. I'm skeptical, but I like it. And so I don't like saying it's going to go down. But at the end of the day, my goal is to accumulate more Bitcoin, because in the future I do see it rising. I do see it rising against the dollar. And if that is the case, why not accumulate at low prices? Why not buy in low? Why not short it to make more? And then when it goes, if it goes back up to $20,000, we'll be kings. I mean, this is where the money is made. You look at people like Warren Buffett. He made his money buying very, very cheap things when nobody had faith in them. Businesses, for example, giving them a bow tie, making them look a little bit special, and then they rise up again. And he bought the bottom, sold the top, that kind of thing. I mean, that's how you know, people don't talk about this because it's not sexy. That's not how you make money. You know, going from 6,000 to 20,000, that's a sexy profit. But going from 3,000 when no one wants to buy, all right, in hindsight, it's amazing. But when you're actually there, when the opportunity is in front of you, nobody wants to buy at that point. And that is where the millionaires, the billionaires are made. If you don't believe me, go ahead and research it yourself. I'm not speaking, I'm not a millionaire, I'm not even a billionaire, of course. But I've seen it happen. I have many friends who've been millionaires from this space. So, you know, it's, that's the market we're looking at right now. It's, I've gone overboard, 29 minutes roughly. Let's take a couple questions before I do sign off here. Yep. What have we got? If you guys have any questions, then do drop them here. Of course, make sure to smash up those likes, subscribe, tick the bell, join the Telegram channel if you haven't already. You'll always lose some trades. Gears are 100% correct. If you go into this market thinking you're going to have every trade smashing it out of the park, you're going to end up leaving the market. You know, you are going to have some fails. You are going to have some wins. And it's all about balancing your risk. Exercising good risk management so that when you fail, you don't get wiped out. When you fail, you can get right back up very quickly. That's what it's all about. People say Bitcoin because it reached 20,000 because of manipulation. It may have done, Harry. It may have done. Do you think the SIBO ETF will be approved? If so, what was that? If so, will it turn around the market? BZYLVN. I don't know if it's going to be approved. I think it might. But that doesn't mean it's going to be approved on the day they've given us, September the 29th. If it ends up getting delayed even to 2019, then I think there's a good chance it'll turn around the market. But I don't think we're going to see a bull market this year. From what we've seen, we've got 4 months left, 3.5 months. I think the chances we see a bull market are slim. But that's not a problem. You can make money on the way down. You can make more money on the way down because the trend is very predictable. When you go up to all-time highs, of course you just long every dip. But you're in uncharted territory, and it gets a little bit more difficult. Whereas we know Alright, Bitcoin can almost definitely never go lower than $1,000. Let's get that out of the way. And then, of course, it can almost definitely go never go lower than 2,000, and probably not even 3,000. But maybe lower than 3,000. But the chances are getting quite slim at that point. So we've been at every level before. We know where the support is, and by virtue of that, it becomes quite easy to trade. So yeah, Bitcoin has strong support at 6,000. I don't think it does. Brethren of Bang. I don't think it has strong support at 6,000. That's a psychological support, but it's weak. So, I mean, it's possible, of course. It probably will bounce around there for a little bit, but I don't think it's so special. Alts have to die for Bitcoin to go to the moon. Well, Eric, I don't think they have to. I think they probably will, but that will not determine whether or not Bitcoin can go to the moon, I think. I mean, it probably will happen anyway. Look at the log scale. It's not a falling wedge. It's a big bull flag. Ash Ketchum. I'm not sure if that's a bull flag. It could be. Maybe I'm wrong. But that looks more like a falling wedge to me. Looks like a falling wedge like this one, minus this little drop here. Falling wedge like this. Well, that's not really a falling wedge. You know, it's these continuation. It doesn't matter what we label it as. It's a continuation pattern within a bull trend. Within an uptrend, rather. Futures expire 15th August. Drop. Potentially, I don't think it matters as much anymore. I mean, it would line up, though. We will be in an eventual 11-year bull market. The Benner cycle. I haven't heard of that, Michael. Is that like something to do with the Dow Jones or something? Doing pretty well for like 10 years straight or something, I don't know. Bitcoin has strong support at 51 to 54. Mark, I mean, it has support at 51 to 54. I just don't know whether I'd say strong support. You know, strong support kind of gives off the impression that it's going to, that it could end the bear market at that point, and I think it almost definitely will not. See, the only issue with this, right, is I'm calling for low levels right now, but so is most of the market as well. You know, of course, when we go up $100, suddenly we're talking about all-time highs again, but when we're going low, people are going to be like, oh, it's going to bottom out at 3,000. And that is something that needs to change. If we are going to go down to $3,000, most of the market is not going to expect it. You know, it's just not going to happen if your average Joe is calling for $3,000 as well because it's fashionable. That is the only reason I can see Bitcoin still surviving within this, you know, sort of semi-bullish channel. But other than that, it's quite weak. And it's because there is a little bit of uncertainty there, and it's because of that I'm not taking on positions right now. I'm about low risk, high reward, and right now the risk is, I mean, it's much lower than it was even hours ago, but it's, for me, I mean, I go in for these quick 2 times profits and then I'm out. I get my 2x, 3x, whatever, if I'm lucky, and then I'm out. And because of that, to get a 2x, you take on an immense amount of risk, and like I say, in VIP, we minimize that risk hugely. So minimizing that risk, it doesn't make sense. I mean, it could do. I will continue to evaluate it, but it's still quite risky, I think. God, dude, you're brilliant. Best TA ever. Thank you so much. Thank you, mate. Even my neighbor told me he'll buy Bitcoin if it reached $3,000. Elio, you know, people talk a lot, but it's one thing to say you'll buy Bitcoin at 3,000, but if it goes there, the dialogue will no longer be, oh, it's $3,000, time to buy. It will be, it's $3,000, Bitcoin is dead, lol, lol, and I'm never gonna touch it, and it's a dead market, and it's going down to zero. That's you know, people talk a big game, but when it comes, you know, people saying things like, I'm gonna sell Bitcoin at $10,000. No, the fuck you're not. Most people didn't sell at $10,000. I mean, there was a little bit of a sell-off, but 10,000 was an easier level than even 11,000. All right, people talk like they're gonna sell at 10,000, but then when it came, there was too much euphoria, and it didn't happen. So it's one thing to say it; it's another to fully actually do it, to put your money truly where your mouth is. Thoughts on Litecoin? I am running quite overboard right now, guys, but I will quickly look at Litecoin just because I want to myself. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, down to 56. Okay, well, this is a good level for Litecoin. Litecoin moves on its own terms, so it could have bottomed out here. 56 to about $40. Wow, that's a 90% retrace from all-time high. It could find a bottom here. This is actually where I would call for a bottom on Litecoin, a potential, but I'm not going to long it or anything. But it's where I wouldn't be surprised if it bottoms out. And the reason for that is Litecoin traded in this range for so long. But if not, yeah, we're looking at single-digit Litecoin. I really don't think that's going to happen right now. I will continue to reevaluate that, but that is the most depressing chart out of all crypto. I mean, you guys know how much I love Litecoin, and the fact that it is crashing so hard is quite upsetting. Yeah, I mean, I haven't been in Litecoin for many months. I think since like December, but nonetheless, it's quite crazy. Yeah, highs and lows is epitome of ignorance if he thinks it's dead this year. Not too sure what that means. I don't think I understood that. Yeah, but yeah, with that, oh, highs and lows, is that a person in this chat? Okay, I don't know. But yeah, guys, with that, it has been an absolute pleasure being on stream with you guys for about 36 minutes today. I don't know why I'm being so strict on the timing, but I am trying to keep these short for the viewers watching the recordings. There have been a couple people telling me they love the long videos, and also a couple people telling me they want shorter ones. So if you can leave your thoughts about that, viewing the viewers of this video, the recording, or even the live streams if you've stuck around since minute 1, let me know what kind of time frame you want these to be, and I will of course accommodate that. With that though, I'm going to be signing off. I hope you have learned something useful from this. Hope you have enjoyed this. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Make sure to smash up those likes, subscribe, tick the bell, join the Telegram channel with the link below. And yeah, with that, I'm going to be signing off. Make sure you hit me up if you are interested in VIP. And yeah, I'm out. Peace.